right now, spanning thousands of miles between the three of us at this point.
Jarrett,
Yeah.
you're certainly no stranger to group projects online, and you've recently started a project with your kids. Could you tell us a little bit about that project?
Yeah, my 8th graders, there was actually a school in Muscatine, Iowa that decided to take on a very massive task after reading the Diary of Anne Frank. They wanted to, they heard of another organization doing something similar to this, and they wanted to actually try to collect 6 million pennies to represent the 6 million lives lost in the Holocaust, which is definitely no easy task. But when the teacher, who I'm friends with on Facebook, posted this, because they were actually in the local paper down there, posted it on Facebook, I thought, this is, Anne Frank's, one of her great quotes is, everyone has some good in them. And I thought, what better way to spread that message than for us to try to do the same thing within our little rinky-dink community here in Iowa, and maybe turn this into something more academic. And so, utilizing technology, my 8th graders created all kinds of different marketing publications. We focused on ethos, pathos, and logos, the 3 appeals on how to persuade people. And so they were creating scripts for, they put in a movie theater ad here. The students wrote the article for the local paper, not the local paper themselves, although they actually used their emails to bring in the expert, the editor from the paper, and get her thoughts on how to organize the article. I had students, and at one point this was really neat because my class had some questions still that needed to be answered before they can really begin these publications. And so I thought, let's talk to the other class, let's Skype. So we actually had a nice Skype session between our class and her class, and they were able to tell us a little more specifics, and we were able to ask questions, and it was both of our first Skype sessions ever, so I will admit that it was maybe just a little on the rougher side, but nothing we can't work out down the road. But there's a lot of collaboration that utilizing Google Docs. I had one student use GarageBand. Actually, a couple students used GarageBand in order to create the ad that actually went on our local radio station. It was massive to spread the word, and it really did work out for an English classroom, I think, for an academic aspect.
That's a great project right there, don't you think, Jay?
I think that's a phenomenal project. I mean, it circumvents around the community. It's really the epitome of community service. You are taking a project. It's kind of like the movie Pay It Forward meets a history compilation meets a writing project meets community service. I mean, it's just one big giant ball of educational goodness, if I could say that. I don't know if that's appropriate, English teacher, but I'll say it anyway. It was great.
I will correct you.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's essentially what it was for me. But the hardest thing was really going from a design aspect of how to design this academic type of achievement, and how to assess it was a really big question that I relied on my grad school students on to get input from them on how to assess it. And some other input from some other outsiders. But the one thing that we're really proud of is we're actually launching the website tonight. It's going live, www.1penny1soul.com. That's the name of our project, is 1penny1soul. And the logo you see right there on the website, that was completely student made. It's going to blow your mind. Really, awesome. It will. So everything that you pretty much see on that website is student made, student created. I'm more or less just kind of making sure it all fits together right, so it sort of makes sense for everyone. And through that website, anyone will be able to donate.
Can you say that website one more time as I put your lower third together here?
Yeah, you bet. It's www. and then the number 1penny1soul.com.
And as you're saying that, that's popping right now up underneath of you. So if you are watching, we have quite a few people now watching. Please, check that out. It's a great cause. It's a great project. Now, do you allow comments? Is there something on that website for comments there? So that way the outside world can maybe communicate with and lend a hand?
Absolutely. There are a lot of tags at the very top or different pages, and the one is a blog where I'm basically, part of the writing project is I had to have my students do a one-page reflection, and they had to answer 4 questions. And so I'm putting all of their reflections on this website as well as part of the blog and keeping people updated. So people can comment on any of those blogs, or any of those reflections. People can comment on any of the pieces of media that keep giving us coverage about it within our own community and outside communities.
How big is your community, if I don't mind?
Our town is literally 1,500 people,
Okay.
so we're
And
pretty tiny.
it is. It is. And have you done any counts yet in terms of collections or?
All that we have so far, the one main thing we have is we have the big Culligan jugs.
Okay.
10 of those out in cooperating businesses. So those we're going to collect on April 22nd and get the final count there. But I had students actually formulate, and this was really cool reading their reflections on this, on how to formulate a business letter. And they sent out letters to almost every business in the community that had to be grammatically and mechanically correct. And it was really cool because I was like, guys, they were writing their own business letters. And I thought, guys, think about this. Really, you only kind of need one business letter. Why don't you create one Google Doc and have all of you collaborate on this one doc? And that was like, it just went all together from there. It fell into place.
There it is.
So they collaborated together on that one document and then actually tailored the first paragraph to each business after that. So we're getting donations from those businesses. One donation came in yesterday at $100 from one business. We set a goal for ourselves to raise $2,500 within our own community.
Okay.
That translates into, if you translate into pennies, that's going to be honoring 250,000 souls through those 250,000 pennies, which we thought for our size of community, that would be pretty substantial.
That's incredible.
So that's what we're shooting for here. But we really feel like on the website, people on that website can donate. There are 3 ways to donate. We actually, one student designed these wristbands. Each wristband is $1, and they say 100 souls honored. A student came up with that idea. So we're just going with anything and everything. There's a PayPal account that you can donate to on our website. So we're open for business pretty much in order to help reach our goal. Our goal is $2,500, but that goes towards the overall goal of $60,000, which essentially is what 6 million pennies is.
That's great. And now, do you have other teachers working with you with this? Any other collaborative efforts?
Actually, not necessarily with teachers per se, but with outside experts. The student that helped put together the website, he actually emailed a web designer in our community and asked for her help and said, hey, I have ideas for a website, but I need some help sort of how to organize it, because she has more experience than he does, obviously. So she actually donated her time. She also donated the money that it cost to pay for the domain name for us to even have the website for a year. So she's been very helpful as far as that goes.
Well, Jared, we have a lot of people watching right now, and I don't know if you've been checking your Twitter as you've been talking, but it's going all around Twitter right now. So
oh, good deal.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out. 1penny1soul.com, each with the number ones. And certainly it's a good cause. Tell me again, when's the finite deadline to help out for,
Well, they were hoping to have like a summarized total so far by April 29th, because that's when they have their middle school extravaganza. And so that's when we'll have a number to report upon as far as how we go. Plus, we have a little thermometer on our webpage, so we'll also report as the progress goes as far as how far we're away from our goal. But our website we have up for a year, so people can donate for the next year, April 2014, to our PayPal account or to buy any wristbands. We have some leftovers of those that we're willing to sell, and anything else along those lines.
Well, I'll tell you what, to help support this, if you guys come up with a fancy little commercial, I would love and be honored to put it on TeacherCast podcasts and broadcasts. If you make us up some 30-second commercial, it could be a video as well. But I would happy to run something on our live shows. And right now we have quite a few people. If you are watching this and want to help support Jared and his students, again, you can reach out to us on Twitter. You can certainly leave us a voicemail there, teachercast.net/voicemail, or email us at info@teachercast.net. I will certainly make sure that any questions go to Jared and his students, and we can certainly support this great cause.
Yeah, and I've been sort of doing a multi-series of blogs on my own personal blog to sort of explain in more detail the process that we've gone through. We have one student actually created a promo video. That's the video you see on the very front page. So that's been really helpful too.
Jay, I'm speechless. This is really...
I'm speechless too. I mean, these are one of those projects that everybody likes to gather around. I mean, this is something. I think I said this already. It's completely circumventing around the community. You have so many different angles of curriculum, and you have that school experience, if you will, but you have that out of school experience. And you've had this project is balancing both community and school, both kind of feeding off of each other, showing the importance that each other has. And school produces to community, community sponsors school, so forth. And with a town of 1,500 people, to take on the sponsorship, if you will, of 250,000 souls is remarkable. And kudos to you.
Oh, thanks. I'll pass it along to my students too.
Please do. From New Jersey, you guys are doing a great job. I mean, that's something great. That you wish everybody at this point would start doing projects like this. But again, utilizing the apps and utilizing all kinds of different programs and social media, and it's 2013. This is where we're at, and this is where people are finally starting to go. Thankfully.
Yeah. Yep.